Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today from our science subject we are going to continue the lesson Natural Resources and Calamities. Yesterday we have discussed about natural resources. Okay children, and now we are going to learn about natural calamities. Natural calamities are some disasters caused by nature which might affect our lives. So that what I said, that these calamities, these sudden damages are some disasters. Disasters are like just accidents, no, which we do not expect that an accident is going to occur, which are going to occur or happen suddenly. Okay, so which are caused by the nature, which are caused by the nature. What are the nature, children? Like nature is about earth, sun, moon, no, trees and all that. So it is caused by the nature which might affect our lives, which is going to affect our lives, which is going to cause a great loss to our lives. Okay, and some of the natural disasters are earthquakes, volcanoes and tidal waves. Okay, like tsunami. You have heard about the word tsunami? So this is also a natural disaster. Okay, some of these natural disasters are earthquakes, volcanoes, tidal waves. Okay children, and we learn one by one. Okay, now about earthquake. So what is an earthquake? So in the word itself we have got the word earth. No, earthquake, in the sense when the earth moves suddenly, when the earth is going to move suddenly, then we can call it as a earthquake. Okay, an earthquake is a sudden shaking of the ground caused by the movements or vibrations deep inside the earth. So actually the earth rotates. No, every day the earth rotates. Even though the earth rotates, we don't know the rotation. We are not going to move. Same like that, even the earth moves also. The earth moves very slowly, and even that movement also we don't know. But if there is a very speed movement all of the sudden, okay, in the ground of the earth, which is very deep inside the earth, then we are going to get this earthquake. Okay children, so let us see how we get it. So see here the picture of the earthquake, how the earth has been splitted here. No, and see how the buildings are being shaken. This is called as earthquake. Okay, how it is going to be on the surface of the earth. So these pictures are shown for that purpose. Okay, an earthquake is a sudden shaking, as we said, of the ground, okay, which is caused by the movements or vibrations deep inside the earth. And here first we have to learn about the earth. How is, before knowing like how is the earthquake caused, we'll just discuss about the earth. Children, earth is of 4 layers. Okay, earth is of 4 layers. If you see here in the picture, so this is the earth where we are living. Okay, inside the earth, deep inside the earth, you are having these 4 layers. The first layer is crust, second one is mantle, third one is outer core, and the fourth one is inner core. Okay, and crust is, it's a very just thin outer layer. Okay, it is just like a thin outer layer. See, for example, you might have seen the vegetable onion. How it is? It is with layers. No, it is with layers. Same like that, even our earth is with layers. Okay, so the first layer is called as crust. Okay, and this the second layer, mantle, and this is having, or it is made up of some silicon rocks. It is made up of silicon rocks. Okay, we are going to study about all these in detail in your future higher classes, but to know how we are getting earthquake, so we have to know this information first. Okay, so that is why I am explaining you about the layers of the earth. And the third layer, what is it? It is the outer core, which is very hot, okay. And what is the speciality of this layer is that it is going to protect us from the sun's harmful solar wind, because it is going to protect from that solar wind which is caused by the sun. So it is going to absorb all that solar wind. So that is why it is very hot. And here the last one, it is the inner core. And it is so hot as the surface of the sun. Hot like the sun. Okay. Hot as sun. And see here children, if you see here, the temperature. Just see the temperature here. How it is. This is the surface of the earth, and in the crust it is 2000 degrees Celsius, and in mantle it is 3000 degrees Celsius, and again when you enter to the outer core layer it is 3800 degrees Celsius, and when you come to the inner core it is 6000 degrees Celsius. No. So as we are going deep inside the earth, the temperature is increasing. No, deep inside the earth what is happening? The temperature it is increasing. No. So because of these temperatures, because of this some temperature, sometimes we also get disasters. Okay. Okay, now we'll study about the earthquake first. The earth upper layer, the crust, is made up of large and small plates. No, this crust, the first layer is made up of some small and large pieces, which we call it as tectonic plates. We call it as tectonic plates. Okay, and these plates, they are always moving, but they move very slow. Okay children, but we cannot see the movement on see in this is we cannot feel the movement, as we don't feel the movement of the rotation of the earth. No. So the layers of the earth under the plates are hot and in a molten state, because the core below is externally hot. So as I explained you, the layers of the earth under the plates are hot. No. So they are hot and in a molten state. Molten state in the sense, so when you heat a substance, so it is going to become liquid. No, that is nothing but a molten state. Okay, so where it is going to become as a liquid substance, and because the core molten state, because the core below is externally hot, because it is externally hot below the core, and these layers under the plates are constantly moving, and the plates which are in the layer of the core are constantly moving. Okay, such movements cause the plates to slide smoothly against each other. So as we said, so they are going to move very slowly, and sometimes what happens, sometimes they get slided to each other. So one plate, suppose this is a plate of the earth, the plate of the crust. No, the plate of the crust, that is the upper layer, and this is another plate of the crust. So when they are moving slowly, then there is no disturbance and no damage. But sometimes when these two plates are going to slide each other, each other, or in roughly I can say if they are going to rub themselves to each other, then this movement is going to give rise to earthquakes. No, suppose if you hit to if you and some other person are walking side by side, then there is no problem. Suddenly, if you are going to fall on the other person, what happens? You both will have some damage, or either any person is going to fall down, or you may have a sudden moment of type of feeling, no, some disturbance you feel. Same like that here also, the plates in the crust, when they get to slide against each other, then there is a rise of earthquake. Then the earth is going to move, and that movement we call it as earthquake. Okay, children? Understood? Yes. And you have to remember this, because this in the sense the layers of the earth, because again these layers of the earth, because of these layers of the earth, again even volcano is also possible. Okay, because the changes of the earth. And here when the ground shakes, houses, buildings and bridges shake. So what happens? When the earth, when the ground is shaken, what happens? All the things which are there on the surface of the earth, they are also going to shake. Yes or no? So what are they? Like houses, buildings, bridges, roads, all that, because earth is going to shake. Sometimes it is going to split. No. So then all these fixed assets, that is houses, buildings, bridges, roads and all this, are going to shake. When it lasts for some time, roads crack, structures shatter and communication systems collapse. So when the earthquake is only for some seconds, then we just feel the shake of our houses or buildings and bridges. But when it is going to shake for more time, for some more time, for some minutes or some hours, then what happens? Then you can see the maximum destruction, that is the maximum damage. The roads are going to get cracked. The roads are going to get cracked, as we have shown you in the first picture. Children, here see how the roads have been get cracked, how the buildings have been shattered, the structures shattered. And the structures are nothing but all the buildings, houses and all this. They are going to shatter, they are going to move, they are going to collapse. You might have heard about this and you might have seen about these disasters in TVs, in news channels, whenever we have such things happen, no, around us. Okay, children, see, there is a huge damage, and communication systems also collapse. Communication systems means what? Like mobiles, electricity. We have interruption in the power supply. So our phones will not be working, landlines will not be working, televisions, all this communication systems, that is the satellite connectivities, all are not going to work. Okay, children. And also there is a loss of life and property. No, obviously when we are in the house, when we are living in a house, children, suddenly if the house is going to fall down, it's going to break down, what happens? Along with the house, even we also fall down. That is going to harm us, no, harm our life, because house is our property. So this is also harming our property. No, so this is also a huge loss for the living things, not only us, even plants, trees, animals, So they are going to die. Okay, and earthquakes is measured on a Richter's scale. No, how are we going to measure this earthquake? So we have to measure the frequency of the earthquake. Whenever the earthquake is happening, the scientists, they measure like how much frequency it was before and how much frequency we have got the earthquake now, and all that they are going to measure it and keep a record. Okay, children, and this earthquake is measured with an instrument called Richter scale. It is Richter scale. H is silent here, okay? And people who study earthquakes are called seismologists. Seismologists. They are called as seismologists. Okay, children, understood what is an earthquake is? So, earthquake is nothing but a sudden movement of the earth when when the plates in the crust are going to slide against each other. Clear? See here, the plates of the earth are going to slide against each other. Clear, children? This is about earthquake. And earthquake can be detected with an instrument called a seismograph. No, children, when we were talking about weather, so we also learned that we are going to report the weather. No, we are going to get the weather forecast, weather news in TV channels, in newspapers, in radio channels and all that. No, the people who study about weather, they are going to report as saying that at particular place and in particular time you will be having rain or you will be having wind or you have this temperature and all, etc., etc. Same like that, even the scientists, they record or they detect the earthquake. With their study, with their research, they will come to know that in which place the earthquake is going to occur. Okay, and how do they identify these? With an instrument which is called as seismograph. See here, this is the instrument. No, this is the graph. No, like we take an ECG report, children. Why do we take a ECG report? To test our heartbeat. No, so when somebody is ill, then when and to test the heartbeat, we undergo an ECG test where the heartbeat is shown in a graph. No, same here, the earthquake. The earthquake, it is read in the form of a graph. And this instrument which is going to give us that graph is known as seismograph. Clear, children? Okay, now. Now the another disaster. What is that? Natural disaster, it is volcano. Volcano. Have you seen here in the picture how the volcano is? No, it is so much terrified. It is so much terrified. You can see like it's a hot liquid coming out of the earth. From the ground, the hot liquid coming out to the surface of the earth. No, that is volcano. And a volcano is an opening in the earth surface which allows hot molten rock, ash and gases to escape from below the surface. So what is volcano, children? It is an opening in the earth surface. No, opening in the earth surface. Like suppose this is the earth. So as we have learnt, inside the earth we are having so many layers. No, and we have got very hot layer. What are that? Inner core and outer core. No, where you have got that hot liquid. Hot liquid. No, and hot liquid you have got rocks, you have got gases, and these all, they are going to come above, that is they are going to open the earth surface and they are going to come above. See here. Okay, so this is nothing but a volcano. Where do they come, children? They come from the below the surface of the earth to the above the surface of the earth. Okay, so for example, so I would like to tell you about a balloon. Okay, so what happens if you take a balloon, fill the air and you keep it under the sun? No, under the sun. After some time, your balloon is going to burst. Why did it burst? You have not touched it, you have not pinned it, but still it burst. Why did it burst? Because of the heat of the sun, the pressure inside the balloon, the air which is there inside the balloon, it got heated up, and when it was not able to tolerate the heat, the inside air, when it was not able to tolerate the heat, then it bursted. No, same like that, even the volcano also. Okay, children. So here, these burst out of the crust at the top or holes around the sides of the volcano through weak points. Okay, and some volcanoes are formed under the sea. So as our balloon bursted, here also the heated liquid which was inside the earth, when it becomes more heated, when it is it is not able to tolerate, then they are going to burst out of the crust at the top or holes around the sides of the volcano through weak points. So on the earth you will be having some weak points, children. Weak points in the sense where you are having some holes through which the volcanoes can easily come out of the crust. Okay, and some volcanoes are formed under the sea also. Some volcanoes are formed under the, when the lava cools down, the area formed looks like a new island. Okay, so what is lava? What is lava, children? Just a minute. So lava is nothing but the magma. Again, what is magma? See, children, inside the earth we have layers. No, that layers are nothing but several gases and lot of melted materials. Why we call it as melted? I said you that we have got hot liquids. No, hot liquid is nothing but because of that heat, it has been melted as liquid. No, so we have got that melted materials which we call it as magma. Okay, which we call it as magma. So when this melted material is inside the crust, then we call it as magma. Inside the crust in the sense under the earth, in the layers, we call it as magma. When it has come out, when this magma is coming out above the surface of earth, we call it as lava. So this is lava actually. Okay, just a minute, children. So this is lava. What is this? The lava. Okay, you can see this hot lava. Actually, when this lava is inside the earth, we call it as magma, and now this is lava. Okay, and when this lava is going to cool down, it becomes like a ash, some rock and all that. Okay, and the area formed looks like a new island. Okay, so as we said, so when this area is surrounded with water, when this volcano which is formed under the sea, after it is getting cooled down, that area is like a rock. Okay, that area is like a rock, and the area looks like a new island, in the sense it is surrounded by water. What is an island? The place which is surrounded, four sides, which is surrounded by the water, is known as an island. Okay, the lava also, it looks like a island. I mean the place, because the lava looks like a plain area or a rock area, and it is surrounded by the water. We can see it as an island. Okay, children. And the barren island is the only active volcano in the Indian subcontinent. So, in Indian subcontinent, we have got one island which is only active volcano. Only active volcano in the sense where you have the lava. Okay, so this active volcano, which is called as barren island, and it is the only active volcano in the Indian subcontinent. And where is it? It is located in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Clear, children? Okay, so which is the island which is located in Indian subcontinent? Barren island. Okay, and it is the only active volcano. Okay, children, so this is what we have learnt about volcano and earthquakes. Okay, and tidal waves. So tidal waves. So what are tidal waves? This is also another natural calamity. Tidal waves are also called as tsunami. So tsunami, have you heard this? So some years before, we had very great disaster tsunami, and we had a very great loss. We have lost so many people, and so much of property was damaged. Tsunamis are also caused by a severe hurricane or cyclone. No, like what is an hurricane? Hurricane is nothing but an very violent wind, like extremely violent wind. Wind is what, children? It's a moving air. No, so a hurricane is nothing but we can say a strong wind. Okay, and what is a cyclone? Cyclone is again like winds which are rotating inwards in an area. Okay, have you seen like cyclones? They'll be just rotating inwards as a clock. No, it may be a clockwise or it may be an anti-clockwise. No, so like this or like this. So where do this happen? This happens in water bodies. No, this happens in a water body. So because we are talking about undersea here, so tidal waves here. Here we are talking about the wind which is rotating or inwards in the sea or an ocean. Okay, even the air, that is strong wind, that is hurricane, which is happening in this sea or the ocean. Okay, children. And storm waves from the sea come rolling towards the shore, then cause destruction on the seashore in seconds. Storm waves in the sense like as rain, thunders, lightning, all this. No, so these storm waves, okay, they are coming from the sea. And how do they come? They are rolling towards the shore, and this also cause destruction on the seashore. Have you seen here, children, in the picture? So you can see the lightning, you can see the rain, you can see how fast and how it is even it's like a cyclone, how this is rotating. Now the water is just moving inwards. Okay, and if these are already high, already high tide, then the storm waves hit the land. So when these are all there, in the sense when the storm is already there, Then the high tide. High tide in the sense when the sea has risen to the highest level. Have you seen the waves, children? Waves, water waves, what are they? The water which is going to come to the shore and then it is going to go inside. No, you can experience this near the seashores, beaches and all that. No, so when there is a slow movement, then it is very good to see it. But when the waves are very strong, then it is very danger. No, so as you can see here in the picture. Okay, so these storm waves are going to hit the land. Now, along with the thunders, lightning, rain, air, and all that, the water is going to hit the land. Then you can see the severe damage. So, like our tsunami. So, that is why this is a disaster. Okay, children. And at the last, we'll learn about the drought. So, drought. What is drought? Drought are caused by poor rainfall. Drought is nothing but poor rainfall. See here in the picture how the land is completely dry. No, completely dry, and the land is also breaking because of that dryness in the soil. The soil. Here the soil, you can see the breaks on the soil. Okay. So because there is no rain. Poor rainfall in this is no rain at all. And land and water bodies dry up because of severe heat. There is very poor rain, very less rain, and because of that the land and water bodies, they are going to dry up. Why? As they are getting severe heat. There is only the sun and the heat. They are not getting cooled because there is no rain. No. So this causes acute shortage of water for agriculture and domestic use. When there are no rains, children, there will be a shortage for water. No, water is not available. It is not available for agriculture and also for domestic use. Domestic use like in everyday use where we use water for our homely needs like drinking, cooking, bathing and all that. Okay, even plants also they get dried up. They'll die because of no water. Animals also sometimes die because of no water. No, and because of scarcity of water, animals and people suffer from food and drinking water, as I said. So not only us, even animals and plants are also going to die. They are going to suffer. If not die, at least they'll suffer a lot because of this condition, which we call it as drought. No, drought. Clear, children? Why is this drought? As there is no rainfall, very poor rainfall. So drought will be caused where you will get shortage of water and there won't be a possibility to grow crops, and even we cannot use water for our drinking and cooking purposes. No, animals and plants are also going to die. So children, these are all the natural calamities. Natural calamities, like they are all great losses. They are great damages for the human and animal and plant lives. Clear, children? So this is what we have learned in our session. So hope you are clear with the content, and we'll be continuing in tomorrow's session with other topic. So until then, take care and stay well. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest